How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Legends Season 5, Episode 5, titled Mortal Kombat, which is, I guess, a play on the Mortal Kombat games, but Khan, like Genghis Khan, who's the encore of the episode, instead of, combat. But, yeah. So, as we recall from last episode, Sarah is currently away in Star City. I feel like this was just an excuse for them to have, not just an excuse, but more the excuse they used for not having Sarah in the show because Katie Lotz is the one directing this episode, and so they're like, oh, she's in Star City, that's why we don't see much of her. Because obviously, if you're directing, it's kind of difficult to also be in the episode. Um, but yeah, uh, it starts with honestly, this episode is kind of all over the place. We have Ray and Gary trying to help. Oh no, the episode starts. Now I remember where the episode starts. The episode starts with them bringing in Constantine, which, as we discussed, he's now dying of very early lung cancer. He's supposed to die in 10 years. I'm not looking forward to, if the show continues on for like 15 seasons, us seeing Constantine actually die. But I highly doubt it'll continue that long. But if it does, hey, I'll be doing this for the next 10 years then. If not, we'll probably be on a new show. Now, he's dying. Gideon obviously sedates John because he's like, no, I'm not letting anyone open me up or whatever, or pump me full of chemo, because we need to calm him down. And once John wakes up, he claims this is a magical problem. Only a magic can fix it, which is in a sense true. The last 10 years of his life were with a snap of the finger taken away from him. I can't snap. My hands are too sweaty. Apologies. But yeah, along with this, we've in this year's that's this week's encore is Genghis Khan, who is for some reason in 1997, and it's a level 5 threat to the timeline and whatnot, due to Ava's machine that no one is impressed by, even though they're all impressed by Nate's scooter. Scoots Magoot. Magoots. Scoots. I like it. But yeah, so obviously they all go down. They get into a bar fight at a Chinese restaurant in Hong Kong, of all places. I guess it'd just be a restaurant since it's in Hong Kong, which is kinda sort of in China. It's like, I don't know the politics of that. We're not gonna talk about that. It's in the Asian continent. We'll just say that. It's a bar. They get into a fight in a bar. Regardless, a bar is a bar, regardless of what country it's in or what's the word for it? It's description of Puerto Rico to U.S. Not property. Territory. I think that's the word for it. In what territory it's in? It's a bar. A bar is a bar. That's international. They get into a fight, and Beyrod doesn't use the wind to stop the bullets, and it's really weird. Like, apparently that's a thing. He doesn't use his powers, which I found odd. But yeah, they managed to get out safely. Unfortunately, Genghis Khan, escapes. I'm gonna have to call him Genghis Khan. I don't know. Do I call him Genghis? Do I call him Khan? I call him Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan escapes. Obviously, we find out he is after Prince Charles. For some odd reason, I I don't remember what it was for. He's after something that Prince Charles has. And obviously, Genghis Khan is trying to take over the world and whatnot. Now, Zari is. Let's talk about Zari for a bit. Hold up. I'm actually enjoying the new dynamic with Zari, as she is now. I wasn't expecting it to work so well because usually it's like these things like I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to work well. But I had hope. I had faith, and turns out my faith was rewarded. The dynamic's pretty good this episode between Zari and the team, and the rest of the team, I should say. She's part of the team, as very clearly stated by Ava. But yeah, so they all work together to stop Genghis Khan. Our Charlie shapeshifts into Prince Charles and, you know, gets kidnapped by Genghis Khan. Behrad goes to rescue and apologizes, and apparently Behrad didn't know, so this is a thing she just did on her own. Dropped him off with Mick. But yeah, in the end, Behrad does stop bullets with his wind powers, which he apparently didn't know he could do. Oh, it's my box for the phone case. Anyway, Behrad apparently didn't know he could do, and I swear Zari did that. A bit wrong with that. But yeah, so all's well that ends well, right? Charlie kills Genghis Khan, and that seems to be it, right? Now, the situation with Constantine. They try some creature, I forget what it's called. They try Nora's powers, having the kid wish for her British friend to be not sick. Unfortunately, that seems to make it worse somehow. But it is what it is. And so he poisons himself. Tries to go out on his own terms. And meets with Astra, right? He now knows it's Astra that did the thing. And he goes and reiterates his promise. He can fix everything. And starts to sing a song. The song's supposed to be our song is what Astra says in reference to her and her mother. And John's reply, I love how I keep switching between the two, between John and Constantine, but whatever. Y'all know me, I'm a scatterbrain. Is that she had sang it to him first, and that's how he knows it. And so she questions him, can you really bring her back, in reference to Natalie, her mother? He says yes. And so she turns back the clock, as it were, undoes the quick death to give him back his 10 years. And she warns him, tick tock, the time is ticking. Like, chop chop, get to it. He goes out, burns his will, which had Gary inheriting his house, and says, I got my life back by making a promise that I intend to keep. And with that, the episode ends. Oh, no, actually, he says to hail the Wave Rider. And obviously, the last scene on the Wave Rider is Sarah coming back and complaining about all the scooters. And calling them a menace, because they kind of are. They're like placed all over the place. And yeah. Well, that's the episode. Tell me what you guys thought in the comment section down below. I thought it was a great episode personally. I can't wait to see what's coming up next in the coming weeks. Anyway, if you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time, and as always, right.